Well, hello the internet and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday the 10th of August 2019. Today I will be live for 63 minutes. 63 minutes of goodness. Intentionally, hopefully. It's cold here in Sydney or south of Sydney. I don't know whereabouts you're playing in this planet, but we're having a cold snap. I've got a shirt underneath here. I've got a heater on. I'm still cold. There's cold wind coming in through the bathroom. There's cold wind coming off the beach. It is cold right now. I hope you're warm. Hope we can keep you warm in the chit chat. Let us see who is chatting there. I see Tim Arskog up front. Talking about UNILAD. Sounds like the name of an international food products manufacturer. I think there is a food manufacturer with the name UNILAD. You might have got something there, Tim. Benny Crawford up there, good morning or good evening. Nice one, Benny. Yes, good morning. How are you? And I'm just asking him about the cold front because this has snapped across the country, Australia. And Benny said he's good after a busy week and a long, relaxing sleep. Feels good. That's good to hear. Yeah, we've been hit with hectic winds and ice cold temperatures down here. It's really crazy, but let's not forget, it is winter. This is winter. This is supposed to happen, right? We're supposed to be cold in the winter. It's remarkable I can sit here in a shirt in the winter. So I'm never that shocked when it gets cold, right? It's supposed to be. And I said that, I guess it is winter. Travel Jet Setter in the house. G'day, Travel Jet Setter. How you going? Good to have you here. Michael, good morning. And how cold are you, Michael? What have you got temperature-wise? In fact, hey, cover your ears for a sec. Hey, Siri, what's the temperature?
It's
10 degrees Celsius. Hey, Siri, what's 10 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
10 degrees Celsius is 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
50 Fahrenheit right now. So, I mean, you might be saying if you're playing Northern Hemisphere, you think 50 is cold? That ain't cold, dude. It is for Australia. Just saying. Yeah, Michael's cold. Benny Crawford, hey Travel. Steven, how you going, Steven? 7 degrees in Adelaide. Woo, that's cold. That's cold. That's almost glove temperature, right? 7 degrees in Adelaide. Nick Baker, sorry. Nick in the house. G'day, Nick, all the way from San Fran. You'd be in the summer, so you'd be having a good time, or the end of summer. Yeah, how's it going over there? Everyone's saying good morning. Vietnam, Charlotte Rose. How you going, Charlotte? How you feeling this morning? How was your Jack Fire? You had fire last night. You also had some wine. I'm gonna say, was it red wine? No, that was Hendrik went out to get red. You had some Corona. That's right. We talked about Coronas yesterday on the DLive Gives a Minute DLive stream. Now let's bring the chat in so you guys can follow along as well. Speaking of DLive, how fun has it been over there lately getting homepage love? Have I mentioned to you I've got a DLive? I've got a DLive channel and you should hit it. It's in the chat right now. If you want to go over and play the DLive machine, I'll be there later on this afternoon having all kinds of fun. It's a great platform. We're having a good discussion over there at the moment. A lot of things happening on the platform, a lot of cool things. They've just lowered the requirements to become affiliated. If you are thinking of pushing a live streaming career, now is the time to do it. You can get in at the base level and it's going to be a lot easier than it possibly will be in the future. They've just lowered all the requirements, so it's happy times over there. Speaking of DLive, I came out all guns blazing on DLive because of my surfing content. You know, the super quick wave a day edit. Every day I was surfing, coming back with a video. Now, that was always going to come to an end at the end of July. Well, we actually went a little further into August because I missed a few days middle of the month. And I was really scared about what am I going to do content-wise on DLive and also subsequently here on the weekly live stream on YouTube without the surfing content. Now, a big thing with DLive is that there is no real copyright issues. There's no fear of being demonetized because at this point, the monetization is cryptocurrency and it's through donations. Of course, the platform does give you crypto to stream and it does give you crypto to consume the content, but there's nothing like AdSense where you're running an ad in front of your live streams or whatnot. So you can pretty much do what you will. That gave birth in my mind to this game called, well, I didn't call it this, but one of my viewers over there called it, his handle is The Cap, and we named it The Cap Game. And what it is it's where I play music So it started off with me playing my iTunes library and me turning my freaking head and trying to guess the song. And that's all fun for me. But then the Cap in the chat said, "Hey man, why don't you flip this around and we'll try to guess the song. So you cover up iTunes and we'll try to guess the song as it plays." I thought that's pretty cool. And then I got thinking, well, I need some content. I do long form streams on DLive. Sometimes they go, well, I've gone up to 6 hours and 40 minutes on the one stream. Most of the times they're around the 3-hour mark. And in that period, often I'm having beverages. Sometimes I'm drinking beer. Sometimes I'm drinking the Jack. Other times it's just water. And I do find myself having to take a whiz break every now and then. And I was thinking, well, I was playing the super quick wave a day, but now I thought, well, why don't I bring music into this platform? And so what I've done is I've got this new segment called the Slightly Random Daily Song. And it's a way I look at music that's somehow interlinked to me. So it's got to be connected to me somehow. It can't just be like, here's a band I like. Have a listen to this song while I go to the bathroom. It can't be like that. It's got to be, here's a song I like. Have a listen to this band that I've done this with, or I've done that with, or we toured with, or I did some work with, or whatever it is. It's got to tie in. And I thought the best way to begin this on the DLive would be to look at my friend's band, in particular, the Daydreamers. Now, the Daydreamers they've provided us with every single song on a wave a day up to this point. Starting off with Sailing. Everybody remember, I'm not waiting, I'm not sailing. You remember that tune? And then most recently, We'll Be There Tonight. Now, the best part about doing a local band, there is obviously no commercial interest. There is no chance that you can get dinged or flagged, specifically not on DLive, but that also means I can transfer some of that content right over here onto the YouTube machine. So what I want to show you is the first slightly random daily song, The Daydreamers. This gives you the entirety of the song, We'll Be There Tonight, and it gives you a little bit of a backstory into me. Now, this won't be the content, this will be the content every day on DLive, a different band, but here on YouTube once a week, I'll pick the best of the week and showcase that to you here on the platform. Now, just checking the chat, because I have been waffling. Charlotte says she had a Corona and a Coonawarra Chardonnay. Okay, good. Adrian Banks, good morning, Adrian Banks. Adrian Banks is a big DLiver. He's over there with me all the time, as is Benny Crawford. It's good to see you all over here. Now, you guys will have obviously seen this, but this is for the YouTube machine. For you guys that haven't seen it, have a look at the first not super quick wave a day, the first slightly random daily song. Welcome to the Slightly Random Daily Song! Now, I thought for the very first episode of the Slightly Random Daily Song, we should look at the Daydreamers. Now, the Daydreamers is the band whom I've used in a wave a day for the winter edition and previous editions, but you guys all know it from the winter edition, the track We'll Be There Tonight. Now, the Daydreamers are friends of mine, mates that we kicked around with as kids, and this is the only way you can get that song off this Daydreamers EP. On that EP were 5 songs. This is literally how it got sent to me. 5 songs listed here. And you see at the bottom there, We'll Be There Tonight, track 5. And the unfortunate thing with the Daydreamers, they never did anything commercially with their music. So for me to be able to give it to you on the wave a day is a beautiful thing, because it means more people are hearing this than just me. This was sent to me, and it's been sitting in my cupboard for all these years. I'm so thrilled to be able to present it to you guys all. So, let me turn the camera around, focus on something cool. I'm going to focus on something interesting. What are we going to look at? We're going to look at something out there. That's a nice vista. Now enjoy We'll Be There Tonight from the Daydreamers.
We're off sail.
So there you go. That's the Daydreamers from the early 2000s. I think it was 2003 when that was recorded. 5 songs on the EP here. That was We'll Be There Tonight. Now, while I try to work out why the Daydreamers didn't do anything more with their talents, you guys can go back to the live stream. Yeah, such good stuff. I've got so much good stuff in here. So many discs I could be. Oh crap! I'm still live, aren't I? Whoopsie! Sorry, folks, I got super distracted there by looking for new tunes. So much cool stuff here to run through on the Gives a Minute YouTube stream with the slightly random daily song. I don't know why I picked a note that high at the end. It's very difficult to get to that note every time. But yeah, that's the plan. I feel like a newscaster here. Just shuffle my papers. That's the plan, to roll out content. And look, this will be once a week on the YouTube, but every day on the DLive. So if you like that and you want to learn more about music I've been involved with, please jump across to my DLive. It's in the chat. Speaking of chat, I see Nick had to split. He's at the skate park. No worries, Nick. Have a good session. Hope you get those Tic Tacs and those bottom hand... I'm trying to sound like I don't know what skateboarding is. Try to pop the mega ollie and work out why grip tape sparkles. Because I love skateboarding. I love a skaterboard. I'm being a dick, but I hope you have a good skate. Nick's ripping, actually. You go and have a look at his channel and see I don't want to say an old man. Go and have a look at his channel and see an old man skateboarding. There, he's an older man and he's ripping. Good one. Good one, Nick. Adrian Banks, hell, I love this song. Yeah, and that's the Daydreamers, man. Yeah, it's a shame that they never did anything, but that's the deal. And I'm happy to be able to give this to you as the givers, to see and to hear the songs in their entirety. I've also got something that I'm working on, the Waves of Winter. I'm putting a little package together of the best waves of winter into a package. So that's coming out. I've shot it yesterday. I'm going to go out and edit. Oh, Michael, this song has a Dinosaur Jr. or a Sebadoh feel to it. Holy crap. You would not believe how much of a Sebadoh fan Paul Walsh, who was the man, I guess the sound engineer, if you like, for the Daydreamers. He's a huge Sebadoh fan. Lou Barlow, Sebadoh, Centradoh, even Dinosaur Jr., obviously. Luke Webb, the vocalist, yeah, Sebadoh for sure. Mainly, I guess, the Bake Sale era, but yeah, more Paul than Luke. But totally, I love this, and this is what I love about DLive. On the DLive, when we play the cap game, I love watching the suggestions come in about who the artist is. You guys, some of you that are over there are linking these connections of music together, almost like you were involved with it back then. It's like, I can see how you thought that might have sounded like Moby, or I can see how you might have thought that might have been bloody Pavement or something. And it's like, I love it. It gives me a kick. And when we're having homebrews as well, it's even more fun. Tim Arscog in the house. G'day, Tim. How you going? You're up there at the front, but now you're back. Are you cold, man? It's cold where we all are. We're all freezing. Taser Urbex all the way from the UK. Taser, I'm going to give you a cheers. That one's for coming all the way in from the UK. Travel Jet Setter's got to go. No worries, Travel Jet Setter. Catch you on the flip side. Tig's in the house. Sorry I'm late. No need to apologize, dude. There is no late. Just come on in and enjoy yourself. Good to see you back here. Travel Jet Setter, I was watching your DLive at 1 a.m. this morning in Fort Lauderdale Airport waiting for my flight. Yep, that was fun. Captain Bastos, are those Sennheiser earmuffs? They are, but they're actually branded through Massdrop as Jubilee, the HD 5X, I think that's what that is. My eyes are going to ruin that focusing. Come on. Anyway, should get it there. There you go. HD 58X Jubilee. But they are Sennheiser, but they're rebranded to be released on Massdrop. That's where I got them from. High energy tonight. I try to do the high energy thing on DLive, and I'm trying to do a little bit of that here on the YouTube as well. Trying to come out with a bang, if you like. let's get into the discussion topic for today, UNILAD and LADbible. And it's good that we've got Taser in the chat here because he is from the UK and this is a UK-based outfit. So do you all know what LADbible and UNILAD are, or what it is, or what they are? That's what I was trying to get to. Does everybody know what this is? It's like an aggregate portal, if you like, for content delivery, aimed at the youth. It's definitely aimed at the youth market, but what they do is they provide. Oh, there you go, Taser. I've visited both UNILAD and LADbible's HQs. Okay. Adrian Banks, I thought that read HD Sex. I kind of thought the same when I was watching the replay. I was like, HD Sex? Okay. What is the bottle of Jacks in the back? That's a bottle of Jacks in the back. And we'll open that in 8 more streams. So sit tight there, Tiger. And Benny says he's seen some funny stuff on Facebook. Yeah, so what they do is they obviously have a huge Facebook presence, huge Twitter presence, but they have their own website. And on their website, they aggregate content into easily digestible forms. So they obviously, so UNILAD and LADbook are both the same company. Recently, LADbible bought UNILAD outright, and so they've merged. We can have a look at this. I guess we don't really need to, but here you go. There's the news reports of when this happening. The ousted founder of UNILAD has won a legal battle that could force the sale of the site. So this guy here was the founder of the thing. So he ended up selling. LADbible ended up purchasing. So they purchased a rival publisher, UNILAD, out of administration, and they joined forces. And if you did your researching, which I did, you would find that there's the net worth of about £40 million in UNILAD. Probably more than that, but they're saying roughly £40 million. So they do have a lot of money. Now, if you go to their website, this is the LADbible website. For some reason, none of these previews worked for me, which doesn't concern me, but I just wanted to show you their layout, I guess, and what they're rolling with here. They've obviously got a lot of content, community news, trending. But then what I found intriguing is when you go to the bottom here, submit your content. Now that's the crux of the nature here of the discussion. This submit your content thing is they're basically relying on content creators to submit their work. Now that's one way of them aggregating content together. The other way is that they have obviously a team of staff that go through YouTube looking for relevant topics, and they punch out generic emails to the creators of that content saying, hey, we'd like to feature your content on the LADbible webpage and Facebook. That'd be great for you. We'd give you great exposure. The problem with this, in my mind, is that they do not offer you anything aside from this exposure. They don't offer you any money. Now, I've got first-hand experience with this where I've been approached to have one of my videos featured on the UNILAD before LADbible bought them out portal. And I want to show you, first of all, what video we're discussing here. So if we go back in here, so this is when I was in Canada. When was this? 2016? Yeah, 2016, July 2016. And I went and filmed the Spotted Lake in, I can never say this, Osseous National Park in British Columbia. This is what this place looks like. Here's the second place we've stopped on the road. In a little while, Gav's going to take over and driving, but this is called Spotted Lakes.
Beautiful.
I think it's just salt flats, but I'm not 100% certain. Looks pretty interesting. So I managed to get some pretty decent footage of this. Really unique part of the world. I'm sure you'll agree. Interesting, captivating, right? Very strange. Now it's time for Gav to take over the reins. Keep on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's the video in question, and what I want to show you what they reach you, what they come to you with, and then we'll compare to a recent example with someone in the community. Do you remember we had a community channel called CreatorCast? Well, this same thing happened to one of those to Danny Black, and I want to alert you to the situation with him, just as a most recent example, if you like. So when they see this content, and I guess this is a good example because that spotted lake is kind of a very, very strange thing. And strange things make good viral content, right? Now, my video has not gone viral, 1,300 views. So not a viral video by any stretch. But then again, it's not like the spotted lake is so hidden that no one ever goes there. People go there and see it themselves. So they reached out to me, what was it, 2018. So in April, UNILAD reached out and said, "Hey Benon, thank you for getting..." So they actually put a comment on that video, and I replied on the video saying, "Can you please email me?" Because I like things in an email chain, not on a platform that can disappear. So here you go. Thank you for getting back to me in the comments of your video, which is that one. We would like to download, edit, and re-up your footage in a compilation video about spotted lakes. How does this sound to you? That sounds great to me. Let's be clear. That does sound great. That's a great concept. You can grab I was going to say, I'll give you... Don't download it. I'll send you the raw 4K footage shooting on a GH5, 450 megabits per second. It's going to be better than the compressed version already up on YouTube. I'll send you the real footage. I was like, this is going to be cool. This is great. So then I reply with, "Thanks for reaching out on both the channel and then over here. I'm happy to supply the footage for your site. Sounds intriguing. So I can correctly work out an appropriate license fee. Could you please indicate your budget and intended distribution, including online, of the final compilation, as well as how much airtime my footage would receive?" I was thinking a percentage of the actual overall package, what would be featuring my content. That's how I could work out a budget. A license. "Thanks again. I look forward to hearing from you." And then this is the crux of their business model. "Hey Ben, and thanks for getting back to me. I'm afraid I'm only looking to get a non-exclusive submission, I'll get back to that in a second, from you today. So you'll still own the rights, you're damn straight, to the video, but we won't be offering any payment to use it. How does this sound to you?" How does that sound to me? It sounds fucking terrible. I'm just going to give you the hot tip. You want my content. You want to use it to aggregate your own content. You want to use it to build your own platform, which we've already seen is filled with advertising, filled with branded deals, and you don't want to give me anything from it except exposure. Well, I got a big news for you. Your exposure does not help me slightly. It doesn't pay my bills. Your exposure. So I replied with, "Hi, thanks for the offer. However, I will decline. Good luck and cheers in your project." Now, you might say, dude, you've missed a golden opportunity there to be featured on the UNILAD page. Here's the crux of the matter. As a photographer, I'm a photographer as my trade. This kind of thing happens so often in that world where people, mainly Instagram, and it happens a lot with bands, but also with models. When I've worked with models, same situation. We want to use your image because we love what you've done. We want to use it for a commercial gain for our interests. And we want to let you know that if we do that, we're not going to pay you. We're going to use our leverage and our reach on the socials as payment. Now, last time I tried to pay my mortgage with that kind of payment, the banks didn't like it. No, we need cash, dude. We're going to need cold, hard cash. You can't leverage your mortgage with your exposure on YouTube. That's not how it works. We need you in this world, in this planet we live on, where we're... Oh, it's a bad time to have absolutely no money in my wallet. I was going to bust out a note. We're working with what goes in here, right? What should be in here. Cold, hard cash. And UNILAD, far out, man. Look, let's go back to their website. Where is it? Let's go back here and let me just show you how much advertising is on their website, right? Look at this banner up the top here. There's free to be extinct. Now, if the website would be working, we can click on one of these, I guess. Let's click out and go and have a look. There's an ad right in front of us. So they've got advertising right there. Another ad, a banner ad. So there's ads on the left here. There's ads everywhere, dude. They are milking it. They are absolutely milking it. We already know 40 million is the net worth of both LADbible and UNILAD as a combined entity. And they're saying, we can't give you any money. I'm like, you know what? If you can't give me any money, then you can't have the footage. Now, my response was pretty much, thanks very much. No thanks. Because I know because I've been down that road before. I've been down that road with bands. I've been down that road with models. I've been down that road in photography, and it doesn't help you one bit. The only way you can work these deals into your favor is if you can go and sit with someone and say, okay, you're not going to pay me any money. You want this footage. And there's no cash involved. Okay, what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to sign a contract that says over the next 12 months or over the next 18 months, UNILAD will commission me to create further content for your web portal. This particular slice of footage, in my case, the Spotted Lake, I'll give that to you as a gift. But the contract is something entirely different. The contract is we're going to need. Let's say they've got an idea. They're working on a story. I don't know, pick a story. The freezing cold temperatures in Australia right now. Well, we know that it's going to be winter, and there's a possibility there could be nasty storms coming to your part of the globe, and we would like to cover that on our UNILAD website because it's a great story. So can you position yourself ready for when that happens? And when it happens, we've already contracted you to supply us the image, the footage, and here's the amount of money that we've already decided. So this project's worth nothing financially, but the one after and the one after and the one after, and they're contracted, are the ones where you make the money. Now, they're not going to do that. That's the thing. And the reason they're not going to do it is because they're relying on everybody to say yes. Because, and this is why I hate Facebook, because they are so popular on Facebook, because it is so easy to share a Facebook post with your Facebook mate. What that does to a YouTuber is pretty much nothing. It doesn't do a thing to someone of my size, right? Like 20,000 subscribers, and what was that? 1,300 views on that video. Even if I had said yes to UNILAD for them to run it, what would it have done for me? Nothing. And I've got proof of that. We'll look into Danny Black's situation in a second, but it won't do a thing to me at all, except it'll help UNILAD reach a couple of 100,000 more Facebook shares, a couple of 100,000 more Facebook views. And the worst thing about it, they want to re-edit my footage, right? They want to re-edit what I've shot into their own little, it's got to be cropped into the vertical format for scrolling, and they've got to put those little red lines that go, and they got to do that. Oh, yeah, but all right. Look, I know I've been neglecting the chat, but I wanted to show you my situation, and now let's cruise back through the chat and see what I've done. I thought that read HD6. Okay. Benny's seen some funny stuff on Facebook. Yeah, they're all over Facebook. Let's be honest. And I hope I don't hope, but the day that Facebook disappears, all of this stuff will disappear as well. Let's be clear. You won't be pumped if UNILAD said, "Hey, can we get your Spotted Lake footage? We want to put it on our UNILAD website." I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't even know you had a website. Don't you have a Facebook page and a Twitter and do you have a YouTube channel? Can you not link it there on your website? I don't give a shit about your website." But as soon as Facebook's out of the picture, that's what the offer will be. We'll put it on our website. Well, good luck, man. Who cares about your website? We want a social networking site. A website, man. So 2004. That bottle of Jack is why he's high energy. No, it's not, but it could be. So you'll need to do a special Jack opening on the August 29th. Well, I don't have a special bottle of Jack for the 29th of August. And by the way, what day is that? Is that a Saturday? Is my birthday on a Saturday? I'm going to check that out. Just get out of Tinder. Saturday. Now, my birthday is the Thursday, so that won't happen anyway. But yeah, what special bottles are there for my birthday? My 44th birthday. Taser Urbex, UNILAD and LADbible HQs are actually amazing, full of computer games, Nerf guns and gadgets. They also have mascot dogs, animals roaming the office. We visited, we're playing Super Nintendo. So that tells me, what does that tell you? They got cash coming out the wazoo. They got animals in their office. They got Super Nintendo, Super Nerf game. They're loaded and they can't afford to pay. And my license fee wouldn't have been that much. Let's be clear. It wouldn't have been a massive amount of money. It would have been the same I'm charging for branded content deals. They definitely have the money. That place looks beautiful. Yeah, totally. Amazing space. Charlotte Rose, sounds like they want to earn from your content, and that sucks. That's right. They want to continue to earn from it, and they don't want to give you any retribution for it at all, except exposure. I understand what you're saying, to be fair, but the exposure usually opens doors to opportunities. That's the thing. It doesn't. It never. This exposure never leads to anything except money into their coffers. It doesn't, man. I've been a photographer since 2007. I've heard all the exposure offers. I've heard all that crap before. The only way you can get something from that is if you network with the people one-on-one and you agree to something further from that. You see, the classic example is when a band tours Australia. Let's say an international act. Let's say Streets, right? They're a UK act. They come to Australia. They play the east coast of Australia. They start off in Brisbane at the top. Then they come down and do a Sydney show. They're going to do a Melbourne show. Then they're going to jump across to Adelaide, and they maybe do a Perth show, and then they jump off to Japan. That first show in Brisbane. This is what bands do, right? That very first show. There'll be photographers there. There's media photographers. There's guys like me. There's fools that go and shoot these shows for nothing, for their own publication. I shoot for Across the Ocean, my website publication. People doing it for other publications such as Faster, Louder, In the Mix, the AU Review. All these guys go and shoot that for free. Put it on Instagram, tagging at the Streets, and the Streets tour manager or their management back in the UK sees it and goes, well, we've got to round up, look at ticket sales in Perth. That's going to be a dud show. Look at Adelaide. That's going to be a dud show. We've got to round up more crew to these shows. Can we grab that photo that photographer A took up in Brisbane? Can we grab that photo? We'll give them a little shout out. Thanks to photographer A for the great photo. And we'll put it all over our socials with the little thing. Adelaide and Perth shows selling hot. Make sure you get your tickets. And then there's a link to the ticket below. They leverage that image and that gullible photographer, and the photographer thinks, oh man, the Streets are reusing my image. This is going to get me work. I'm going to work with this. I might even be their tour photographer. They don't give a crap about you. They just want the image to promote the Australian shows. We kicked off a great show in Brisbane. Look at the crowd. It was If the photographer's any good, they'll have got a wide shot with a fisheye lens, seeing the whole crowd. The tour manager says that shows the show was massive. That'll prompt the other shows to sell out. We lie about how the tickets are selling. Get in quick. And I know because we've done this with Tracer. Every band does it. Of course, Tracer used me as the tour photographer. Different scenario. But if you're just using any Joe, which is what UNILAD are doing with footage, the photographer, the video guy thinks, oh, UNILAD, wicked! UNILAD, they're going to give my little name there. Doesn't do anything to you at all. It just helps their own needs. That's my thoughts. Your thoughts may differ. Okay. To quote Jerry Maguire, show me the money! Taser Urbex, they're a huge platform. You would have got 2 million views on Mo through their Facebook. Okay, that's debatable because this is what I want to show you, the views that Danny got from his situation. We'll have a look. Aggregator websites, including social media, should definitely pay content creator. Absolutely. If they don't have a business model that includes paying the creators, then they don't have a business. This is 100% correct, Michael. You've nailed it. You've hit it right on the head. They have to have this in their business model, and they do. But the overriding angle they take is decline all payments until we absolutely have to pay the content creator. That's their mantra. Decline everything until there's no other option available that we have to pay them. Now, let's say, for instance, okay, let's put this into bigger perspective. Let's say that Spotted Lake footage, let's say it wasn't me that filmed it. Let's say it was Casey Neistat. Happened to go down to British Columbia on one of his trips over there when he was up in Alaska or whatever. He's gone through BC, he's gone to this Spotted Lake, shot this great footage. Do you think that UNILAD would say to Mr. Neistat, or anyone of that nature, we love your footage, we'd love to get that off you, can we just use that footage? No, they would not. They would know. They would have to go to their next tier and say, well, we're dealing with a top level creator there, so we need the footage. He's going to need the money, and the money is going to be a hell of a lot more than what it would be from me. I'm just giving you that tip. And they have that written into their business model. It probably says in plain English, decline all not demands, refute all propositions for financial reimbursement until you get to this level or that kind of person, and they probably have subscriber numbers that are relevant to that too. Like, they looked at me, and at that point I probably would have been 15,000 subs. They would have said, well, this guy's nobody, so we'll just rake him over the coals and take him for what he's worth. I declined. As my advice is, you should decline. You look back at those Casey Neistat videos way back when. Remember he went to Finland and he did the snowboarding on the drone, and they also went into an old supermarket and like made Christmas for the kids and stuff. You think there's no money involved in all that? All of that's monetary, all of it. You think he went to Finland off his own bat just to get exposure? All of that's paid content, all of it. And here we are at the very, very bottom end, and these massive companies worth 40 million UK pound are raping us, totally raping us. It's terrible. It's terrible. And unless you have integrity and unless you have belief in yourself, because I don't need what UNILAD had to offer. I don't need it. It would have been nice. I needed the money more than I needed the exposure. Let's be clear about that too. I needed the cash more than I needed the UNILAD exposure. Now, I just want to show you as well. It's not the only time that this happens to me. I'm just saying this is not an unusual thing. For the same video, I've had responses. I've had other people come at me like these people here, the spotted lake footage. Hi Benon, my name is blah, and I'm from Australian production company blah 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 blah. We're currently developing a 12-part television series for the international market called blah 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 blah, which explores unique natural phenomenon around the world. Upon research, I discovered the spotted lake near Osiris and came across your footage on YouTube. I wanted to inquire the possibility of using some of the aerial footage you captured. If this is something of interest to you, would you further information, please email. And now, obviously, I emailed back saying, sounds great. A 12-part international television series. That's awesome. What's the budget? Here's what I had in mind for an invoice for usage. I'm happy to supply the 4K 450 megabit raw files from the GH5. Oh, we don't have a budget, sorry. Comes back with no budget. I'm like, what? Are you mental? Are you absolutely off your fucking mind? You've got a 12-part television series already confirmed for the international market, and you're telling me you don't have a budget for the footage? That was one of them. Oh, that's the UNILAD one. This one, another one here. Here we go, another one. I'm so-and-so reaching out to you from blah, 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 a publication inspiring millions of people to explore the world's cultural and creativity. Great. We love your bizarre spotted lake in a serious video. Would you be interested in being featured on our page? No, couldn't care. We would like to use a few clips from your video to make our video for our Facebook page and across our socials and across the lake. We have had great results from blah, 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 blah. Of course, we will credit your YouTube or any social account to give you as much exposure. Let me know if you'd be interested. If you have any inquiries, look at that last bit. By responding to this email, granting permission to their content, you are agreeing to be bound by the content license attached. And I got news for you. That content license basically said, we own it forever and we'll do whatever we want with it in any monetary sense for eternity. Now, come on, man. Come on. Who's having a laugh there? Who's having a laugh? They're having a laugh and we're the joke. It's clear as anything. It's so clear. Benny Crawford, you could get some $5 per month ads on Facebook to your audience. That would give similar exposure and you'd have control of your content. True. Mindy, hello, Mindy. Good day. It does nothing to help you at all. Exactly. The exposure benefit model does not work in 99% of cases. I remember there used to be this great viral video on YouTube this is back in the photography world. About 6 photographers went out and shot a video where they went into different businesses, and in particular, the one that was really funny was they went to a restaurant and they sat down. They had food for the whole evening and chit-chatted, have a great time. When it came time to pay the bills, each one of the photographers went up to the till and said, oh, look, I don't have any money for this meal right now, but I'm a photographer. I'm going to tell all of my friends about how good the food was here. Did we have a good time? We all had a great time. We all enjoyed it. We'll make sure we tell all of our friends. You guys will get great exposure. Thanks a lot for the meal. And they walked out, and the business the dude, like the chefs and stuff, are running out. The maitre d' was running out after and go, no, you got to pay. And they're like, no, we're photographers. It's all right. We're photographers. We got the exposure thing. We know how it works. It's all good. We're cool. And each one of them did it. At every point, they said, no. We're photographers. We're going to give you great exposure. We're going to tell all of our friends, and you guys, it's going to be good for you. And it's like, great food. We really loved it. That's the thing. They always give you the compliments. Great footage of the bizarre spotted lake. We're making a documentary. We need footage. You've got it. It's great footage. Can we have it for nothing? Of course you cannot. Now let's. Okay, hang on. I'm learning. Okay. When you see a video, it doesn't credit the creator. Well, So the credit on and we'll have a look at the Danny Black situation in a second. The credit on the Danny Black one, it's just it's a vertical line saying, I think it says YT YouTube, where is Danny Black, and it goes vertical. So you have to go like this to read it, and then you'd have to. I mean, they would have put a hyperlink surely to the channel. Gentleman Jack, I love Gentleman Jack. Adrian, yes, I do love it. Exposure means credit. Yep. Yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. So the actual fact of putting that up there is the credit, the exposure. Taser Urbex, I've got a fair bit of experience on this too. I have friends who have 200,000 K subs and others that have started at 4K and jumped to 175 because of LADbible and UNILAD. There is the other side too. Well, okay, so there is we're hearing direct results here from Taser. There is a reverse to everything as well. Just like I've got a story, there's the other side of the story. That's great, man. 4K jumped to 175. That's amazing. On the strength of one video on UNILAD, that's pretty cool. But not always nothing. Okay. How did the viewers find the creator? Yeah, that's true. They always credit on screen and link in the description, which allows viewers to find the content owner. But let's be honest. How many of you, when you're doing this in a hospital waiting room or whatever, and you're going through, how often are you going, that's a great video, I might go off Facebook and onto the next platform to find that guy and then say, I loved your UNILAD video on Facebook. Here's a sub. Not many people are doing that, dude. Not many people are doing that. Taser Urbex. I have many friends who have been featured numerous times, and they always do. I'm talking about 10 to 20 features here, not just one or two. Okay. I just sent you a Facebook message with one of my many features my friends has had, and you will see he has his Facebook linked, and the video got one. That video on YouTube now has 17. So it got 2.1 million views on. If I'm reading this correctly, let me pull up the Facebook message. I sent you a Facebook message with one of the many features my friend has had, and you will see he has his Facebook linked, and the video got 2.1 million views on Facebook, and on YouTube the video now has 17 million views. Let me have a look. Nathan, that's not you. Oh, you just sent me the. Okay, hang on a sec, folks. I'm doing this live. You just turned your noggin on the same angle. So here's a. I don't want to get dinged here. Okay. Can I just lower the brightness here and show you guys the screen? So there's your example of how they credit the creator. It's up on. Let's get a focus here. Come on, there you go. It's up here. Oh, it's on the other side. Dang, my finger. It's the credit is hard baked into the content just here vertically, but then there would be a link in the description. And this video's got 2.2k shares, 2.1 million views, and 1.9k comments. And then he said if you go onto the Facebook, onto the YouTube, that video has 17 million views. So they're like, what's the video called? This guy's explore. Hang on, this video, or because this is an edit of his video. So does this video appear on YouTube, or does the original video appear on YouTube? Because that could also be the viral content coming from YouTube's algorithm, nothing to do with this, because this video is an edit of his original video, if I'm understanding correctly. I don't think LADbible would let this creator re-upload that video to his YouTube channel. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm just saying, Taser, can you confirm that the video on the YouTube page is not this edit, it's the original video? There you go, not the original video. Not the original video. That doesn't make sense. Not the original video or the original video. Because let's be clear, LADbible take original videos, reformat them into their own little package, adding their little text over the top so you can read it quickly. But it brought traffic to the channel. Not all came from UNILAD, but it had a big boost. Okay, so I'm not denying that there will be some traffic coming from the UNILAD. I'm not denying that. Any outside, so YouTube love and YouTube favor outside traffic coming into the platform. That's everybody knows that. The more you can. The original video has 17 million. Okay, well there's your answer then. That's obviously gone viral through other means, not necessarily because of this. But how much LADbible brought in for that to that channel? That's arguable. The original video has 17 million. How long had that been on the channel before the LADbible made this little edit for their own little usage? Let me just rephrase this. If LADbible can achieve, Shit, I don't want to get flagged. If LADbible can achieve 1.9k comments, 2.2k shares, 2.1 million views, why can't they pay the content creator? Why can't they? They're worth 40 million pound. Why can't they contribute? If that's going to happen, why can't they contribute to the creator? Now let's dig in and have a look. It depends on the video and the person watching it, I guess. I originally found Gives a Minute watching Deck 7 footage of the Pacific Explorer. That's right, Adrian. That's a natural. Thank you for that, by the way. That's a natural way to find a channel and to engage in content. Let's have a look at the Danny Black situation, because this has happened most recently. So Danny got UNILAD. UNILAD hit him up saying, "We really loved one of your videos, the one where he travels around America in 3 months as part of his music tour. So he's hitting different locations, playing different shows, and vlogged it all and condensed it down into a little, I think it was like a 7-minute vlog or something. Now UNILAD wanted that to condense it down even further. Now, just having a look at the numbers, because this is going to give you the exact opposite story to what Taser has given. I'm not saying that they got every bit of traffic, but there are clear spikes in the analytics when a video is featured. Okay, cool. Again, the question has to be asked is what is the value of that? And how come there's no monetary value associated with it? If we're saying, and clearly we've got an example here from Taser where UNILAD does give your channel a boost, but what is the monetary worth of that? And should you be paid, and that's the title of this video, or this live stream, should you be paid if you supply content to LADbible UNILAD? That's the question. If there's a monetary value here, if there's a value and that becomes a gain, isn't that a monetary worth? That's the question. Now let's have a look at the opposite example of what Taser suggested. So this is Danny Black's Social Blade. Now I'm pretty certain the data here will show you. So where are we now? So that's up to date to the Thursday. We are now Saturday, so obviously a couple of days behind here. Now, if you look at the sub change, not a huge difference in subs gained from Danny. There is this slight anomaly here. Where's my mouse? On the Wednesday, there, he's got 18 instead of 15 the day before. Not a huge change. Now, I would suggest possibly the the LADbible video probably went on. I'm going to say here where there's, instead of 1,000 views, there's 5,000. That could be when the LADbible video or UNILADbible, let's just call them Bible. When the Bible hit, when the video popped, I'm going to suggest maybe it was either this day, and when, I mean, no, Social Blade's always a little behind, so it might have even actually happened on the Monday, but the results weren't reported till the Thursday. Either way, not a huge change in subscriber count, not a huge change in views. Now, will that change over time? Possibly, probably, more than likely. I mean, Facebook, as we know, it just takes one person to share something out, and suddenly, even if a percentage of, say, like, let's say 2% people go from Facebook across to YouTube to check out Danny Black's Where is Danny Black channel. If 2% of, let's say, go back to Casey Neistat. Let's say Casey Facebook, well, he doesn't really use Facebook, does he? But let's say he tweeted it, and 2% of his audience went across to Danny Black's channel. That's a massive number, right? Because the original number is massive. But if 2% of regular people tweeted it out, not a huge number, and we're seeing the numbers there. So, what video of Danny's went on LADbible? Anyone got a link? We can. You know what? I'm not going to play it on my YouTube channel for fear of being flagged. But it was one where he went how to travel America in 3 days or 30 days or something. Let's you know what? We can bring back up this. I guess I could try to find it here. Go here. And we could see yeah, that's actually a good idea. We won't play the video, but we can have a look what it's changed if there's been a spike in views on that video. So let's have a look. Where is Danny? Whoops. Where is Sunny? Where is Danny Black? If it's a one-off, then I suppose that depends on each individual case. Yeah. Fresh start. Looking back on the Pacific Dawn. Okay, so it's gonna be a fairly older video. So we'll go into the channel.
Welcome to the Danny Black vlog.
Whoops! Keep it down, Danny. Let's go. What are we going to search for? US. I'm pretty sure USA is in the title. There you go. Bang, the first one. So 45,000 views. Oh, my light's flickering. That's Can you see that flicker? Hold on a sec, guys. Sorry, folks. Okay, usually when it flickers, it just needs to be turned up or down a notch. I just lowered it a notch. Well, okay, look, 45,000 views. Now, that would tell me USA. So here's one that looks like around the same time. USA Ready for Adventure, 413 views. USA Road Trip. Oh, here's a playlist. This is going to be cool. So this will be in this playlist. Road Trip starts here. You don't see view counts on the actual videos. That's Okay, let's go back. I'm going to suggest that these videos are all part of this series, and that one obviously has got a boost because of UNILAD. So that is the crux of the question. What is that worth? What is the monetary value of that? Scotty YouTube in the chat, I see you're here as well. You must have been approached by UNILAD in the similar regard for your Big Brother house video, right? I don't know for a fact, but possibly. Okay, Taser, here's the question to you. What is the monetary value of that? Is there a monetary value worth that? Is that equatable to some kind of financial reimbursement? Or do you think that having, say, 45,000 views on the video is enough to then bring the money in through AdSense or affiliates? Is that how you're like? How are you justifying? How is your friend justifying 1,700? What 17? They went from 17K to 175K subs. Are they justifying that as the payment, or are they looking to somehow monetize that elsewise? I'm not sure. YouTube says I was, and I told them to take a hike in a nice way. Okay. What do I get out of it? A few more views on a video that already had 1 million. Yeah. Okay. That's good to hear, YouTube. So you got approached by UNILAD. You already had a video that was banging, and you said no because they offered you nothing. They didn't offer you any financial reimbursement at all. Is that correct? And I get nothing from it, and LADbible gets 1 million Facebook views. Yeah. Taser Urbex, to a smaller creator who needs a way to open doors, this is a huge deal because it can lead to things. If you have the connections already and don't need doors open, probably be worthless to you. That's very true. To a small creator who needs a way to open doors, I disagree with that. That's how they prey. They prey on small creators. They prey on people. It's like an MCN, you know. Come and sign up to our MCN. We'll take a portion of your earnings, but we'll present you with all of these cool things that bigger YouTubers have, and therefore you'll be a bigger YouTuber. No, they just want to siphon the top off you. That's the same as what I'm seeing here. They didn't offer a single thing other than saying it was my video. And that's the nature of the beast there, YouTube. Exactly, Mindy says. My thoughts are, look, this is good. I'm happy, Taser, that you came on. This is good to see an example of someone that's got something from it. It's also great to see an example of someone that's got nothing from it. You know what? Danny, that can't be right. We're wrong there. We are wrong, folks. If that video has 45,000 views, that will be reported in the view counts here most recently. So that video that hasn't. So I'm wrong there. This is an even clearer example that's done nothing for Danny's channel. This video on his channel has got 45,000 views, but it's nothing to do with LADbible because you can see in here, this goes back to the 21st of July all the way through to the 8th of August, and there's been no big spike in views except from here, and that would probably be something else, that's definitely. The math doesn't add up there from 1,000 to 5,000. That's not 45,000. So there's a clear-cut example of how it doesn't work for someone. And in our chat, Taser, a clear-cut example of how it did work for someone else. The exposure model means that less crew get paid in other projects. Less crew get paid in other projects. The exposure model, less crew. I'm not following that, Michael. Can you elaborate on that? Taser Urbex, but it does open doors sometimes and also depends on content types. For what I do, you can get companies contacting you for sponsored deals, trips, etc. Absolutely. Yes, that can't be denied. Again, I go back to the initial question, what is the monetary value of that? If you get a video that went let's say Danny's video went from 45,000, which it already has accumulated naturally. Let's say it went to 45 million, right? So that video went from 45,000 views to 45 million thanks to UNILAD. Let's hypothesize here. Hypothesize? That would definitely open up other that would have companies knocking on Danny's door saying, "Dude, we saw your what was it called? 3-month road trip through you around USA. We saw that video, Danny. We saw, love it. We see it's got, they won't say this, but we see that it's got 45 million views. We want you to do a 2-month road trip through Canada, and we want to give you $4,000 a week plus a rental car connection to go and make the content." Now, one could say that's a great thing to happen to a channel, and like, let's be honest, that would be rad to happen to Danny. That would be perfect. But what is the monetary value of that? Because when it comes down to living and real life, yes, Danny could jump off and go and make content for this other Canadian trip for 2 months. But how's he going to pay the mortgage back home? How's he going to pay the expenses back home? Is that, unless you budget that in, I'm going to need X amount of dollars to pay this, and this while I'm away. I'm trying to work out where the money comes into it and what the money is worth. That's the question. No one's answered that yet, and we are in the dying 3 minutes of this stream. But the question was, should you be paid if you supply content? And I'm trying to work out how you can justify not being paid, how you can justify being paid, and where that money comes in what form that money comes in. Should it come from LADbible? Should it come from UNILAD? Should it come through other sources such as ad revenue, affiliates, branded content deals? That's what I'm saying. Okay, so the exposure is the money. So Taser, you're saying the exposure is the money. I've completely disagree with that. I think you cannot pay your bills with exposure. I've illustrated that. I've showcased ways that people have illustrated it. The photographers trying to pay their bill at a restaurant with exposure. You can't pay a mortgage with exposure. It doesn't work. Have a great day or evening, folks. Michael, I'm thinking of filmmaking. Recruiting crew for the experience, exposure, and contacts means other filmmaking projects. Okay, so if you start this trend, other crew in the industry will sort of follow suit. Yeah, I feel you now. I'm making a film. I'm going to recruit crew for the experience and the exposure and contacts. Means other filmmakers. Yeah. Who knows? That's my point. It opens doors to other things. It's the eye of the beholder. Yeah. Well, I want to see. I'd love to speak with a photographer who's been paid with exposure and gone on to have an extensive career photographing anything and earn from it. Because in my experience, nothing beats good work and a hard work ethic and putting your head down and forcing things to happen. People come to you, but you've got to create from that. UNILAD came to me, I declined. I'm happy I declined. 2 other people have come to me from there. Someone's going to come and say, dude, we need that footage and we do have a budget and we want to be professional with you. Until that happens, I can hear my outro baseline rolling. What a cool topic of discussion. Taser, thank you for your contributions today. Appreciate having you in here. See you all on the next Gives a Minute DLive stream for exposure. If you want exposure, I've got the exposure for you. Oh, that's we're out of time.